Okay, we're going to work on lesson 3. This is about working on symbols in Adobe Animate. So the first thing we're going to do, and probably the most important thing right now, is we're going to create a new ActionScript3 file. In the previous weeks we were opening in HTML5, so this week we want to open it in ActionScript3. If you don't do this, there's a lot of effects that you will not be able to add because it'll be in HTML, and HTML doesn't allow a lot of the effects that we're going to work on this assignment. So let's hit create, and we're going to make the size of our stage 600 by 450. To fit window, and let's save our file, and you should already have a folder set up with all of your files that we're going to use. Your name, and then assignment 3, and we're going to name it IMMM2370 with your name and the name of the assignment. You can also call it assignment 3 or Mac Wars or something, or symbols, whatever, just as long as you know what the assignment is. And we'll go ahead and save that there. So now we're going to import the files. So we're going to do File, Import, and then Import to Stage. And the first one we're going to do is the characters. Sometimes you might have something, you might see that it's grayed out, and what you want to do is you want to make sure down where it has the image file, the dot whatever, PNG, .gif. These are file extensions. So you want something that says .ai, which is because we're going to open up an Illustrator file. Also, you can do something at the bottom where it has all files are all openable formats. That way you can see all of them if you want. So let's choose our characters, and you'll get this dialog box, and I'm going to hit the collapse all button right here. Actually, I'll open it back up, and you can just see all the different little layers here that it makes up of one of this of the main group. So this is our hero, and these are all the little parts that make up our hero right here. So if you click off on some of these, that means those won't show up on your Illustrator import file. But we want everything to show up, so we're just going to collapse all of it. And for now, we're going to click on our hero, and we want to import this as a movie clip, because that's going to be a symbol, and that's what we're going to be talking about this lesson. So import that as a movie clip, and down here there should be a button, Hide Advanced Options. We're going to click on that, and make sure all of the top ones are selected. Maintain editable paths and effects, editable text, and animate layers. We want this mostly is because we want these to be editable, so we can go in and add effects or change anything within the art. So let's go down in here and import. So now you'll see the hero here has this little plus sign. That means it went into the library, and this one doesn't, which means it won't. So if we go over here to our library and we open up our character folder, which it imported, and it also imported down here, you can see it imported the layers because we chose that option. And you'll see that hero has an icon which shows us that this is the icon that shows it's a movie clip. Now our robot we don't have as a movie clip yet. It's just a plain graphic, which we can go in here and edit it if we want. So we'll go in, and I'm double clicking, and then I'm going to double click again, and then click. Might have to click a few different times. And I'm going to go into our swatches and just change that color just so you can see. I changed that boot area to a light green color. And so now just that boot is selected. So you can see here that we are in the group. When I double click again and I get it selected, then you'll see a drawing object. Now to go back to our entire object, we want to go all the way back to the scene 1, and then you can see that blue outline, which means it has been a group, which would be like modify group. Now if you want this to be in pieces and parts, you can change this into modify and break apart. And here you see it is into pieces now. And if you want to add or change anything, you can do it this way also. And I'm just going to undo these and go back to my grouped object, because now I actually want to make it turn it into a symbol, which that's what this lesson is all about. So let's go modify, convert to symbol, and let's call it robot. And we also want to make sure that this is a movie clip. The other types of symbols are the movie clip, the button, and the graphic. So there's 3 different types of symbols. And in this lesson, we'll be mostly working with movie clips. Buttons, those are usually interactive. Say if you have like some sort of website or something and you have multiple buttons and you hit the button and it might bring you to a different page, or it might bring you to some other action within our Adobe Animate file that we're working on. The graphics are usually created in order to build up bigger movie clips. So let's hit OK. And now you'll see the plus sign there, and you'll see the robot over here now is showing up as a movie clip. Now let's say we want to organize this a bit. There's a folder down here. We're going to click on that where it says new folder. And we're going to, it gives us an option to type something. So we'll go ahead and type characters. And go ahead and put our robot in there. I'm going to put my hero in there. And I probably don't need this folder, so I'm just going to delete it. And there we have it a little bit cleaned up there now. And so now that we have these symbols, and they are movie clips, the movie clips will let us add special effects and animation and interactivity to them. The movie clips are the most common. They're the most powerful. You can apply filters, color settings, and blending modes. You can also have animations within the movie clips. Now, and also, like I said before, these will show up in our library. And they can also, when you go into your library and you drag out more of these, each time you drag one of these from your library, that becomes an instance. So I've got 1, 2, I just created 3 instances of our symbol. And let's go into our properties. And you'll see this says instance of robot. So these are all instances of the robot. And our next, and I'm going to end this session now. On part 2, we'll probably go into importing the background and adding some effects to some of these.